Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still I wanna evolve. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chillin' with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chillin' with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
Okay. Go for it.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today on this 4th of September to pay our respects to a fallen one. Though he did not live very long, he made an impact and probably broke a few records. Though we expected thousands upon thousands upon thousands of PlayStation gamers to come through in flocks to enjoy Concord, that did not happen, as the PC community and PlayStation community decided that Concord was not worthy. Seeing about 20 to 24 people was playing Concord on PC, and maybe 2 to 3 on PlayStation. Shout out to J-Dub City, who was one of those 2 to 3 who played it on PlayStation. I believe it was him, Porter Rock, and J-Barry, who all played together in Concord, fighting the good fight to keep it alive. PlayStation Nation has decided that game needs to die. And so PlayStation decided, you're right. What's going on, people? Fame the same here from LV1Gaming.com, and congratulations, you guys leveled up. This is the Level 1 Gaming Podcast, fresh off of a bye week where some of us wasn't working and some of us was working way more than others. Shout out to Baron J67 for doing his thing over at PAX West 2024. Him and Johnny, man, I can't thank them enough for the amazing work they did at PAX. Shout out to the chat, Drake, Scott Crow, Steph, Lady Foxfire. I see y'all in the chat rocking with us, man. You guys do me a big favor, hit that like button. We are paying our disrespects. There go Johnny. There go
Johnny's
Johnny.
real.
We are paying. He's real.
I got a Polaroid. You can't fake this.
We're paying our disrespects to Concord tonight. May it rest in peace. And all that stuff moving forward. Before we really dive into it, let's go on with the introductions. First up, if your emails is popping and your DMs is full, that's because Communications Director Level 1 Gamer trying to get a hold of you, baby. Baron J67, what's going on, Chief?
First off, folks, let us know how the audio sounds, because I am the one running the show, so we'll do that. And then before I get into anything else, I want to say a special thank you to our Patreon members and our actual YouTube members. Much love to Rauno, J0387, Adidas 20, Legendary Yobi, Geek Life Mike, Master Sith, Taozochi, TSWS Gaming, Donald Taku, Lord Metroid, Strolly, Johnny Man, and Miss L. Seriously, you guys are helping to keep the lights on, because this stuff is not cheap, and not cheap at all, and you guys are helping out a ton, and I just want to say thank you guys, because seriously, it all helps. It truly does. But outside of that, yes, Turn Fame's audio up. Okay. Let me see. I will fix that right now. But yes. So
myself up.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Listen, and Baron's right. Big shout out to those who are supporting Level 1 Gaming. If you want to support free 99, hit that like button, subscribe. That helps out a whole bunch. But if you want to support us and support the channel, we have multiple tiers of support on memberships. Please consider joining either one if you want us continue to be able to do the things we do and you know and do things and show love to y'all, because you guys show love to us. So thank you guys so much. But next up,
yes,
our brother from another mother. Let's just call it Outer Haven our sister website, right? Outer Haven and Level 1 Gaming go hand in hand. My man can come in the house anytime, go in the refrigerator and grab what he want. Steve, what's going on, brother?
What is going on, man? Coming back from PAX West 2024, I am severely upset about that event, but not sure what the agenda is here. But if you start talking about that, I'm about to pop off.
Well,
just saying it.
I think we should go, because you got two people here who were at PAX. I think we could run with PAX real fast. We can go through that.
Well, I think we hit Concord first.
Okay, go for it.
To start it off.
Also, you bounced before there was a great Tekken 8 session. You missed it.
I would have got washed anyway.
That was no. It was watching. It was great.
Oh,
it was great.
Okay.
Oh my God, it was great. You missed it.
We'll definitely talk about that. But go ahead, Fang.
Again, shout out to everybody who came through and rock with us. Please hit the like button if you can. Share the stream out. Consider becoming a channel member. If you want to purchase you a great headset, has the same stuff as the other big boys. That's $250. But you want to spend less for $60, check out the Aviga headset. Links in the description down below. There's a $60 gaming headset that has all of the quality of all of the big boys in the space. If you click the link down below or use promo code LV1 Gaming, you'll get 10% off that $60 plus free shipping. Please check out the Aviga from Avid. Shout out to our partners. Also shout out to another partner, Dames for Games, who does amazing things in the space. They, you guys know Des and what she does in the gaming space and what she's doing for women in the space and the developers and publishers. So make sure you guys support Dames for Games. The bills is paid. Now, back to the burial that is Concord. A week, maybe 2 weeks after this game release, PlayStation has come out and said, hey, September 6th, this game will no longer exist. Ironically enough, an hour before PlayStation made that announcement, the official Concord handle made a tweet saying, hey, we're going to be offline for about an hour because of maintenance. And I thought it was interesting that an hour later, the game is being shut down. I'm sorry, you didn't have to tweet that out. Did you not know you were being shut down? Because that's a terrible, terrible way to really go out. Were you not told? Was the social media team not told they're being shut down? But I think the writing was on the wall with Concord. This game had some issues from the very beginning. I will say this: we should have known this was coming when they had a beta that was supposed to be for those who pre-ordered. And then before the beta began, they opened it up to PlayStation Plus subscribers. Let's let you know right now, there were not enough people who pre-ordered. Some people tried to take that and spin it as if, oh, look, this is a positive thing. But when you think about it, you can't say, hey, pre-orders to get into this beta. And as soon as the beta comes out, hey, you know what? Be a PlayStation Plus subscriber and you get into the beta. That was number one, right? Second, unfortunately, right, it got the woke label. Go woke, go bro. It got that label, which people use that terminology completely wrong, and it's freaking annoying. It got that label early, so it was already destined to die, right? Third, it is a hero shooter that is not free to play when the biggest hero shooter is free to play, and also upcoming competition with Marvel Rivals is also free to play. You could not have had this game and charged $40 unless you were doing something exponentially different, exponentially better in the hero shooter space. And for everything I've been told or seen, Concord did not have that standout mode like, oh my God, this is different. Oh my God, this is worth the 40. Lastly, all opinions are my own and do not reflect the opinions of Level 1 Gaming, okay? Lastly, this is my last point. And I'm going to say this in a roundabout way. Had you taken the characters from the first Descendant and placed them in Concord, 1 or 2, you would have gotten a particular audience to play that game just because of that. If you played the first Descendant, you know what I'm talking about, because those developers have a game that has a lot of issues. I play it every day. It has a lot of issues that gets maxed. They're making money hand over fist because of what they're doing with their models. As we guys remember, Overwatch had a couple of characters that people decided to do certain things with art. And that helped carry it a bit. Would it have completely saved Concord? No. But it would have had a better chance had it went the first Descendant route. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm not saying this would have saved it. It would have helped.
Remember, Overwatch did
Secondly, Overwatch did it.
With
Secondly,
Tracer.
it should have been free to play. Now, I know PlayStation's come out and said they're going to take it down and rework it. It's too late. You cannot No Man's Sky everything. Can't No Man's Sky. Everything cannot No Man's Sky and make a miraculous comeback. I think it might be too late. It's going to take a long. You can't flip the switch and have a free to play model that works. They charge $40 for a reason, because that's where the majority of their money is going to come from for the sale of the game. Not necessarily, hey, buy this skin for this one character. But I'm gonna go ahead and move over to B. I'm gonna let you start first.
Okay.
Concord is dead. It's supposed to be one of many PlayStation gas games.
Yeah.
This is the first one. It died, but they canceled the factions one beforehand.
Yes.
So they didn't believe in factions too, but they believed in this. B, I'm gonna let you start.
So, first off, let me address everybody. What up? Much love, everybody. Longhouse, Rings, Julian, get in here when that baby go down. Beautiful child. Sly, and then Destiny. I did not abandon you. Life got in the way, and I apologize. But yes, I apologize. And the pin looks beautiful on next to all my other pins. But yeah, so Concord did the games as a service without being a games as a service. When I hear games as a service, my first thought is free to play. Like that's my immediate. I know that's not how it works for most titles, but if I go in, I mean, I think all the ones I played, what was it? New World, like everything I think of. I mean, look what happened with the Outriders. Outriders felt
Outriders,
but but Outriders went down a very similar path, and it's crazy that not too many people learn from it. One, you charged, then you didn't put in the games as a service to your game that's a games as a service, and then your end game ended up being time trials only, which was still enough to keep me interested because we played a lot of it. but you didn't add in new content. So going over to Concord, the biggest sin of all was the price. If they would have came out and put it in PlayStation Plus, even if it was the top tier PlayStation Plus, what is it, Premium? Even if they would have put it in PlayStation Plus Premium, they would have had a way better turnout than this. Because people will try it. You know, they would at least tried it. But now you get nothing but bad publicity. And then you put a price tag on that bad publicity. And I don't know if I want to personally go and spend money to prove people wrong.
Because the market has been set, and it's been said in the chat right now in the Slacker. The market has been set. Hero shooter, you better be free to play. Yeah. Once Overwatch went free to play, that set the market.
I mean, Destiny 2 is free to play. Like this is what I'm like. You have big shooters out here that are free to play. COD, which is weeks away, is gonna have a 2 free to play modes. I don't know if DMZ is still there, but you know, you got Warzone, like all of these things, big titles that are established and franchises that people love and grew up with are free to play. What makes you think you can come in and charge 40 and be like, and then the marketing. I know I talk about marketing all the time, but folks, I am a consumer first. I buy things first. That's who I am. I purchase things. I'm a consumer. When those ads pop up, it's for me. So in saying that, the teaser trailer for Concord was a red herring. Like you had me thinking we were getting ready to get some Guardians of the Galaxy adventure game, like single player story or co-op experience. Like these are the things I thought I was gonna get. And then you even had the trailer breakdown, and you showed all this cinematic stuff, and then all of a sudden it was a hero shooter. Really? Like it just, you lied to us, or you withheld the necessary information for a very long time. And then also my final point, if they should have masked the fee in terms of founder packs. You should have did tiers of founders stuff. That's always a big positive. It's like, hey, game's free to play, but if you want to play it a week early and you want to get your name in the credits and you want to get a special badge on your in game, pay $40. And then if you pay $30, you get one skin and da 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 da. And if you if you pay $10, you get, like, the founders tiers would have been a better way. And then maybe that would have gave them a better estimate of how they were going to perform. Like ahead of time.
Before I swing over to Keith, I want to shout out to Lord Metro. He's been a channel member for 9 months, bro. Thank you for the support.
Much love.
Flat out, the characters are not appealing. Love the show. Appreciate the support, my brother. He said the character's not appealing. And then it's not a super chat, but there's another comment here by Salt Mines. Character design matters to a lot of people.
Yeah.
The characters of Concord just look like generic Sony type characters. I said it. I didn't want to come off a certain way, but what I said, it's important for a lot of people. They want the characters to be appealing. Yeah. Right. And if the characters don't look appealing, they're turned out. When we look at game trailers like that, stuff like that, it's almost like, a person you're attractive to. You're going off of looks before you do anything, right? Before I get to know you and before all of this stuff, when I saw you, I'm attracted to you, right? And gamers can be the same way about video games, right? Like, did this game pull me in, right? And for a lot of people, the character models, whether it's right or wrong, I'm not saying either way, the character models did not pull them in. So you had the character models, you had the price point, you had the stupid woke label, all come together and make this game fail. Keith from Outer Haven, I want to get your thoughts on Concord. Tell that to the chat, man. If you guys can hit the like button, but Keith, your thoughts on Concord dying in 2 days?
So
2 weeks.
My thoughts are all over the place. So first of all, I made a video over the Outer Haven, so definitely go check that out. That explains my feelings. First and foremost, I feel that Sony pretty much let this game die.
Yes.
You watch the market, you see that this type of game is super saturated, and you have Overwatch 2, which is pretty much the go-to. You have Marvel Rivals coming out, and a boatload of other games that are out there, and you were like, hey, let's just throw this game out there. 8 years, and you didn't go, wait, let's pump the brakes. This isn't the right way. Maybe we should stop, or maybe we should just cancel the project or change course. They did none of that. So the game comes out, people go, oh, this game is terrible. This game isn't any fun. But there are some people who enjoyed it. And I haven't played it, so I can't say neither that. But from what you said, Fame, I am severely pissed off of the whole woke tag. Every time somebody says go woke, go broke, I want to punch them in their face because they have no idea what that word is. I really wish people would stop using that word in the wrong context. Severely, because you guys are using it wrong. And then, I'm sorry, there's this one specific person, I won't mention who they are, that literally stated the game fell because it was DEI. What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I think again, because I brought it up, right? I think that's part of it. I think this game, at its bare bones, was just another hero shooter.
And that's all it was.
It was just another. Like, if we take this stuff, put it to the side. I'm gonna get to that. If we take that stuff and put it to the side, right, and look at the game off of its own merits and what it is, right? What did Concord do? And again, I haven't played it, so chat.
Yeah.
Let me know. What did Concord do to warrant it being more expensive than Overwatch or Marvel Rivals?
Nothing. Literally nothing.
I could tell you, and I ain't even played it. I could tell you nothing.
But see, here's the thing, though. This comes from a company who was like, you know what? It doesn't make a difference if we screw up. People are going to love us, and that's the mentality of PlayStation. That's the mentality of Sony, and they kill off companies. They screw up games. It's not a big deal. People are like, oh, they did this, and then a week later, oh, we still love you, Sony. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, this is honestly another example of how they did No Man's Sky. I always refer back to
like No Man's Sky.
This is a modern day No Man's Sky situation. They pumped it up.
That's what I said in my video. This is exactly what they did with No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
exactly what they did.
And then they left them hanging once it didn't perform. They led up.
And the developer was like, "Screw this! I'm gonna fix this game." And it took them years.
Yeah,
but they finally did it without the help of Sony.
Yep. So
this game is not going to happen. This is Jim Ryan was like, "I'm not going to be here. I don't care."
Now, Slycrow in the chat, he's been a long time chatting with us, man. Shout out to you, Slycrow, for being here, right? He says, I like the quality, sound design, reload animation, guns feel satisfying. I am telling you right now, I've heard the same things. This game, it does this, it does that. But the problem lies in the things that we're pointing out. Unfortunately, the things we're pointing out are the biggest issues. The price point, the character models. Halo Infinite. What do people tell you about the gameplay with Halo Infinite? Man, it feels great. It shoots great.
But
people are playing Halo Infinite, but not like that because there's a but, right? There's always a but to it. Because yes, we want games to feel great. We want them to shoot. We want the animation to reload. We want all that just to feel good. But the other stuff, unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, it's just as important. Shout out to Dez with the $2 super chat. She says, I just wanted to be known that Baron, the FN, left me at PAX.
Oh, snap. What did you do? Oh, see, the tie.
So what had happened was I had to go home at 4 a.m. on Sunday, and we got caught up because I was live streaming for charity. Much love to Landfest. It was because of a charity event that I was working from 4 to 7. 7 is when the conference hall closes, which is weird to me. But yeah, the conference hall closes at 7. My charity event ended at 7.
You're going a long way around this, bro.
And then you had to do your thing, and I had to go do my thing. Yeah, and I went home.
You're going a long way around and say, "Yeah, bro, I left her."
Hey, look. Oh, there you go, Julian, not helping. But no. First off, who said it? Was it? Oh, well. This, when it goes back to Concord, right? What about Concord would pull somebody away from the years and money they've invested into Overwatch?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
And that...
But here's the thing. They could have existed
Yeah, if it was free to play.
Had you made these subtle changes.
Yeah.
You didn't give it a chance making it $40.
I don't think it could have.
Somebody said in the chat, who was it? Was it Slacko again? Who said in the chat? Halo multiplayer free to play.
Yeah.
It's just where the market is, right?
Yeah.
Certain games, if you wanted to succeed, certain games, very certain amount of games, like 2 or 3 genres, have to be free to play. They have to. Your battle royale, you make a battle royale in this space with Warzone and Fortnite, you had better be sure your game is free to play to even exist, because you're not going to take over these games. I'm sorry, you're not taking over Warzone, you're not taking over Fortnite, you're not taking them over, but you can exist alongside with them and create you a community to where you're bringing in revenue consistently, right? Put yourself in a positive. You can exist if you're making a hero shooter, if you're making a battle royale. Your goal from the base should be, I need to exist alongside with them. Because if you try to come out and say, hey, I'm gonna do this to try to beat them, you're not going to. You're absolutely, and that doesn't mean I want you to stifle, innovate. I'm not saying that, but certain criteria have to be met. Free to play. Am I doing certain things like Fortnite, right? For example, if you're looking for a battle royale comes out, Fortnite is really deep into pop culture. Come out with some old generic characters, do some basic stuff, but hey, the gunplay feels great. You're going to fail. Warzone even had to. That's why you got Nicki Minaj in Warzone. That's why you got the boys in Warzone. Why? Because the top dog said you had to, which was Fortnite. Free to play, be a part of pop culture, right? Yeah. They set the tone. The same thing with hero shooters. Overwatch has set the tone. You got to be free to play. You got to have a battle pass. You got to have characters that people are, you know.
And then this is another part of it that that gets me. Don't try to trick the audience. They, in my opinion, the marketing leading up to launch, leading up to the state of play, which is a problem in my book. Why did I have to wait until the state of play to realize what game I was gonna get? Yeah. Like, that's bad in my book. Let the people know what they're gonna be buying. Like, that, get people in the mindset. Because then maybe the talk would have been a little different. It probably would have still played out the same way, because in my opinion, well, no, because the marketing was a huge part. And clearly, funny enough, this reminds me so much of No Man's Sky. They believed in it enough to they put out a controller. We didn't even get a controller for what game didn't we get a controller for? Black Myth Wukong. We didn't get a controller for Helldivers. We didn't get a control. There's so many games that came out in the last few years that we didn't get a controller for, but we got a controller for Concord,
which tells you what they believed.
They believed in it. Same. They believed, bro.
And then they dropped it. They didn't even try to defend it. They just dropped it,
which is scary.
And that's what pisses me off. The thing that really makes me mad about this, and given the fact that they jumped into a market that's super saturated, I love the fact that the developers were at least trying to do something new. Misguided, yes. Not looking at the market, definitely. But they tried something new. They probably should have tried something new elsewhere.
You know what? I think I seen on Twitter. It wasn't Cam. Somebody was like, hey, maybe if they came back with like a Titanfall 2 single player experience along with multiplayer, like maybe you can come out swinging for $29.99. Just to see if maybe in a few years, because who knows how long it would take.
I think the damage is done.
It's done. Yeah.
But why not put it in PlayStation Plus as a
That's why I'm so confused, man. Like, clearly
put it in PlayStation Plus as a last ditch effort before you pull it down completely.
Yeah.
Now, what about PC? What about PC players?
PC players will have to wait until they revamped it. I'm just saying.
Nah, you're right. I didn't even think of that part.
They're gonna go They're gonna go hard pass.
But at least you got the PlayStation community playing the game.
That's just like, what was that other game? Destruction All Stars. That went to PlayStation Plus, and it was like, nah.
Yeah.
Check it out. Even you remember Foam Stars? I did an article on this.
I'm sorry. What game is that?
Foam Stars.
What?
Foam
Square Enix
Stars.
game. Foam Stars.
You remember Foam Stars? Nobody remembers Foam Stars.
No one's playing Foam Stars.
Exactly.
What they do, they went free to play, and now they got a whole DLC and stuff coming out. It's almost like it found a way to find itself a niche community that was enough to keep it alive because they got new content. They got a whole pack of new content coming out. They didn't kill it. They just made it free to play.
The character design.
And does that make things sound?
And they got the character designs.
It's got the
because
designs.
they kept that game. Square Enix is like, well, there you go. Square Enix is like, I'm not going to kill this because first of all, Square Enix is like, we've already had enough failures. We can't keep having failure after failure after failure because they have not been having a lot of good luck outside of their RPGs.
Yeah.
PlayStation is like, we don't care.
I wonder if they're backstepping heavy on that whole gas movement.
No, not
PlayStation.
at all.
I think they're about to.
You think so?
Oh, and shout out to Dell Walker, the dev. He because I asked him because he put out a whole thing. He was like, "You got to think about this." I'm paraphrasing. Somebody please go find the tweet. But Dell Walker put out. He worked on Suicide Squad and a couple other big titles. But he put out. He was like, "You got to think. This game was in development for 8 years. 8 years ago, Overwatch was just taken over. It was like a whole different gaming world." And he broke down the entire timeline. He was like, "You got to think about when this game went into development versus when it released. A completely different world." Like,
but that's what I said. They didn't look at the market when things started to change. They needed to go, wait, maybe this is not a good idea. But they didn't do it. They just said, no, what, it doesn't matter. They kept going.
Yeah, full steam ahead. 8 years, man. I just, and then I asked him. I said, okay, so is the industry going to learn from this, or is it going to forget about it in a few weeks? He responded. He was like, he doesn't think this is going to change. We won't see the change for at least 5 years.
Yeah, this is not going to change anything.
Yeah, we won't see the change for 5 years. And that, of course, that was Dell's opinion about it, and I butchered it most likely. Sorry, Dell. Love your work.
No, I don't think this is going to change it. I truly don't think, because there's somebody right now thinking about another game as a service that is going, okay, well, this failed, but our approach won't fail.
Man,
let me just like, for example, and I don't know all about it because I've been putting this on my blacklist. Deadlock.
Okay. Deadlock's gonna do great.
But why? Because it's a Valve game?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Doesn't that seem like a double standard right there?
100%. But then also, what would Valve have to do wrong? Like, remember what was charting the game Banana? The banana peeling game, like, that was trending for the longest time. Charting, not even trending, charting. But so I just hate seeing another game go through a No Man's Sky situation.
Me too. I hate to see the devs.
I don't think this
and
is
the
a
problem
No
I
Man's
have
Sky
with this.
situation.
The
Yes,
problem
it
I
is.
have with this is I see that. Well, see, the No Man's Sky, were they completely funded by Sony?
I
Like,
don't.
when they got-
All I know is from the consumer standpoint, they were uplifted and championed by PlayStation heavily to the point that they had a state of play, their own state of play. A lot of people don't remember that. They had their own showcase through Sony. I bought my PS4 because of No Man's Sky. Like, that is why I went out and picked it up as quickly as possible. Which I still played the hell out of it, even though it wasn't at that time half of what they promised. But the moment that people started poking holes in it and the game didn't live up to what they said it would be, Sony all of a sudden disappeared, and then No Man's Sky was out on an island on its own. That's what happened, and that's why I say this is the same thing. Not because of No Man's Sky made a comeback, but because they were championed, uplifted by the market shareholder, the majority market shareholder of gaming, and then all of a sudden left out to dry. Like, and the same thing happened here at Concord. And we're watching it in real time.
It is frustrating. It's frustrating.
I don't think I guess where I came from with why I says I No Man's Sky is because No Man's Sky had an opportunity to turn around, and I think this doesn't. the IP is gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
You can make it free to play and make you a nice little pretty little character right now. It's too late. It's memed. It's one of the biggest flops in the history of gaming.
I mean, hell,
and I'm gonna keep it a $1.50, $1.75. I don't want to see or hear anyone else with the, oh guys. Granted, it sucks to see some. I want every game to be wildly successful. I want every game to be 99 on Metacritic, because why would I want to see a bad game, right? I also want to see people criticize and make criticism where criticisms is due. And I think it's so crazy to me to see people jump in front of Concord and saying, hey, no, be nice, when this isn't the only game that's flopped, right? I remember Redfall getting drugged through the
Ooh-wee.
and there was no way, guys.
I defended
Be nice
Redfall.
to
I like
developers.
Redfall. I think Redfall had great bones. It's just they just ask Baron. Baron's like, hey, what about
I'll put in mad time.
Yeah, they should have kept going. They should have kept going, but they.
But I don't remember the be nice. It's okay. I remember this game as being it was a laughing stock, and it had way more concurrent players to this day.
Yeah.
Than Concord.
Yeah, it lasted longer, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
It really did.
And got an update after all this time.
I will say it is quite strange being on the media side of this and seeing how media is handling this. It's like night and day. And it's just weird because the only difference is Sony and anybody else.
Is it? Are you saying this? Are you saying this is like the Insomniac leaks, where leaks were okay to talk about before Insomniac was hacked, and then when Insomniac was hacked and was leaked, all of a sudden, hey, talking about leaks is bad?
They were even threatening blacklisting people. I remember that. It was a wild time. But then something else leaked, and then everybody talked about it after that.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, and everybody covered it like it never happened. It's a weird double standard that exists. It reminds me of Apple and Android. Like it really does. It just, Apple can do no wrong.
I want to jump in real quick. Because there was the slide note. He mentioned that Valve made Dota, so they know what they're doing, and also Team Fortress. They also made Ricochet. They also made Artifact. They both flopped. Don't hear about them anymore, but those were Valve created games. Flopped
because they have social. They built up a social buffer. Like PlayStation, they can have a few flops like this and
Nike
be okay. They got
Nike,
social credit.
Bro, Jordans and Nikes could come out with loafers and people would start wearing them. Like it just.
My point was that Valve can do some stinkers.
Yeah.
The problem is people forget about them because, as you mentioned, they're known for doing great stuff. But when they do bring out stinkers, it's just like, what is that game? I don't remember anymore.
You know how many of Concords PlayStation would need before it, like people like, oh my God, PlayStation. They need a lot of these, and PlayStation is likely going to abandon a ton more of these gas games and double down on what they do best: third person, over the shoulder, action adventure titles with a little bit of stealth. It's what they do best.
I'm gonna tell you. It's funny how once Astrobot drops, all of this is going to be water under the bridge.
Yeah.
That's the wild part.
Yeah.
Like, all of this...
Tomorrow. The review drops tomorrow.
Oh, then it's a wrap, bro. But see, okay, can we, stay here for a second? Once again, Sony knows how to fail. They fall so successfully. Did you see that even on the store page for Concord, they put Astrobot really large? Like, when you go to the Concord, bro, it's like watching somebody fail gracefully. Like, did they do it on purpose, or was it like we don't know if it was on purpose, if it was just a total collapse, or if it was a business decision. Like, they fail so successfully, it's insane. Like, you literally you announced the closure of your game the day before the reviews for a potential game of the year drop. Genius.
That's about to help them out as well, B, and it's like a perfect transition. It's the fact that you got another game. We got is that in Trania?
Oh,
Trania the last song.
Enotria. I think it's Enotria.
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 The last
Or
song. It's Enotria. Ironically enough, you get this making a lot of noise to kind of buff it a little bit because Enotria came out, and luckily, thankfully, this has been resolved.
Yeah.
But Enotria came out and was like, "Listen, we're not releasing our game on Xbox. There's an issue. We need help. Microsoft is ignoring us. So I'm sorry, Xbox community. You can't play our game."
Yep.
And now today, they're like, "Thank you, Phil Spencer, for getting us in contact with somebody." This to transition. This is a problem. You guys are going to see it later on today. I was on IGN's podcast Unlocked earlier, and I made this comparison, right? And I said because I'm glad they went to Twitter and went out loud because if you're not sharing your toys, I'm telling your mama.
Yep.
Somebody at Xbox got 1,000 unread emails.
Man.
And you're not reading your email, guess what? I'm going to tell your boss. And so now I hope Phil Spencer walked downstairs and said, "Listen, who asked I got a bus? Because what's going on? Why am I getting a developer out loud on Twitter talking about how they for months
from the official handle
said it for months they can't get a hold of us."
You know how embarrassing
that is? And I'm so
is?
glad they went out loud. I wish more would do that because again, if you're not sharing that toy, I'm telling your mother because your mama said you gotta share. And the people at Xbox wasn't reaching out, like they couldn't be bothered to reply. This is a major Xbox is in a position, and I'm not saying this is a game that's going to turn heads.
No,
I didn't know much about this game until somebody at our website wrote about it. And I was like, "Oh, looks interesting. Souls game. I'm not interested." Okay. So it's not for everybody, but Xbox, you're not in a position to not be reading every email, to not be opening, supporting, and closing every ticket that comes your way. Every game that comes out that's trying to be on Xbox needs to be on Xbox because we can't have Baldur's Gate 3. Whoa. We can't have Black Myth Wukong, right? Even though
we're going
Black Wukong, it's
Capcom, the Capcom collection.
Well, that's like fixed now.
Yeah, though, but why?
They got fixed.
But think about that. This is literally one of the big three having to get games fixed because people are complaining online. Not fixed because they don't work on Xbox, but fixed because they're literally not coming to Xbox.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact
it's
Go ahead.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's this is not some small company. This is not some niche console. This is not something that only exists in one place. Like this is supposed to be competing globally with every other console. And we have all these major titles that people have been begging for. Because nobody wants to go spend $200 to get Marvel vs. Capcom or Marvel superheroes. Like, nobody wants to spend all that money to get these games. And now we're going to be able to get a modern port of it with online support. And I don't know if crossplay, but beside the point. But then you tell me, oh, it's not on Xbox. What? And then I think it was only Xbox One. Like, don't correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I seen in the tweet.
Yeah, but if it's on Xbox One, it's going to be playable.
Yeah, it's on everything.
Yeah. But even in the saying of that, like how bad does that sound? One, you didn't get it right away when everybody else got it. Then two, when you do get it, it only says for Xbox One.
Well, to be fair,
I think that was like PlayStation 4
as well.
Oh, okay. But
to be fair,
but once again, perception is everything. Oh, did he just? Oof. But yeah, but perception is everything, and it just looks bad. Because once again, consumer talking. You know what I mean? Oh, he must have really hit that funny bound. Ain't nothing funny about it.
Or internet, take either the two. But yeah, I didn't like the fact that it took for them to go on the internet and go, "Look, man, you're ignoring me. You need to respond to me." It was like airing your dirty laundry, and it was like. First of all, it was like it felt irresponsible, but at the same time, it's like, look, I'm not getting my answers. You're not answering me, and we've all done it. I've done it. I've hit up people like, hey, look, you're ignoring me. I'm going to the internet. Oh, you went on the internet. All right, we need to get this fixed.
And then to take it a step further, only reason they even did all that is because us as consumers were going off on them. Like they didn't come out the rip swinging doing that. They did it in response to everybody asking, well, why not Xbox? Why not Xbox? What's going on? I'm not buying your game because it's not coming to Xbox. Like I've seen these tweets, and then they were like, look, this is why. Like, poor community manager. Like you
what
got
made me mad about this is people are like, oh, so it's not coming to Xbox, or you never intended to bring it to Xbox. I talked to one of the lead developers at Summer Game Fest, and they were happy to bring it to Xbox. I'm like,
wasn't the demo on the Xbox controller? It was, because I played it too. I got up to the final boss, but couldn't beat him. Dude, yeah, it was totally on an Xbox controller. Like, isn't that crazy? And that's for those who don't know. We was there, not trying to.
And the lead developer was right there.
Yeah, we were playing with him. Yeah,
hour just chilling. So it wasn't like they didn't want to bring it to Xbox at all. That wasn't what was happening.
That's crazy. All of this went down.
Xbox has to get it together.
Do they? Do they care to get it together?
They better, because we're not talking about, we're talking software, right?
Yeah.
For them, remember, they care about software. They care about Game Pass. They care about the software, right? They have to get it together. They have to. And I wholeheartedly, I know, again, I said this on Podcast Unlocked earlier today when I was on, right?
Say that again. You said that where?
I was on Podcast Unlocked earlier today.
Where's Podcast Unlocked at?
Oh, IGN. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man.
I did Podcast Unlocked earlier, right?
For what, like the 5th time or the 6th time?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
Ryan's my guy. It was cool.
Yeah, no biggie. No biggie.
Because we talked about Black Myth Wukong, right? And the list of games not coming to Xbox, right? And now we're hearing that, first we heard, it's because of a memory leak. And then now people with reputable sources, IGN, other people are now saying, hey, no, there's a backdoor deal going on. I have a hard time believing that, because Sony's never taken an opportunity not to tell your game is exclusive, right? Yeah. So if it is, go back to the initial thing, it's a memory leak or something's going on. We can't ask, if I'm Phil, I'm fighting for my life. I understand Phil's done great things for Xbox and he's doing this, that, and the other, but they can't. Can we go, like, I just hurt my toe? Can they go a month without tripping and hurting their toe? Like, we can't have Black Myth Wukong selling 10 million copies and not one copy is on Xbox. Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't think a lot of people, and I think half the people who are outraged about that probably not buying the game in the first place, right? But you still can't have it happen. Marvel vs. Capcom is huge for a lot of people, right? I think some people just like, oh, I want to be mad too. Look at me, attention, give me some, right? You got this Souls game, right? And they got loud. They went to Twitter and they got loud. You can't keep having this stuff happen, right? Xbox needs to be the place where every developer feel like, you know what? I should be able to go publish my game over. Every single developer who's making a legitimate game should be able to go to Xbox. Xbox has an indie program. I get Xbox. What's the...
Yeah,
exactly. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
And then let's be real. They're really missing the ball with a lot of third-party opportunities. Like, I'm going to be 100%. I've said it multiple times. Hogwarts Legacy should have been in Game Pass. That should have been a get. Like, there's no way they should have missed that chance. Warhammer should make its way to Game Pass. That would have been a great get. And I'm only saying this because we're talking about one of the top 3 richest companies on planet Earth. Because let's be real, it's not just Xbox anymore. I mean, it never really was, but now it's really Microsoft.
And that's
don't forget, Dune Awakening.
Dune Awakening came out.
It is launching on PC first and without PlayStation 5 as well. But they've already said, hey, the Series S is going to be an issue.
They've said it.
This is public knowledge.
Yeah.
That they're saying
from the official
handle. PS5 version without the Xbox version. This has to stop.
Stop right there. So that's the question I've been talking about to a lot of people. So we're going to play devil's advocate here. If Xbox Series S is causing all these issues, do you think Microsoft or Xbox can go, all right, look, we're not supporting this console anymore, but we'll give you some money to trade it in? To go to the X.
They have to keep supporting it because there's too many outsold. But what you do is you let the developer just release the Xbox Series. Like you find a way.
Yeah.
You find a way to make an
Or-
X version. You split the X from the S, because I'm sorry, you just released a discless Xbox Series X. Let the Xbox Series stop selling it. Let it die. If
Yeah.
it's the
But
issue.
that's the same thing is not having it out there. People are still going to get pissed, and that's the thing I was getting to. People are going to get pissed if you exclude it from upcoming games, or they're going to get pissed off if you go, no, it doesn't exist anymore. They can't win that. They have to go with, look, they got to cut their losses. And it sucks, but they're going to have to cut their losses.
I was gonna say, maybe what if we start seeing a new age of like extended somethings? Like we get a booster pack that plugs into the back.
No, I like the N64.
Hey, it
Saturn.
happened. It's happened. Sega did it. Like, it's happened. It's not a completely foreign concept. Like, what if that's what's needed? Or maybe you just have I don't know. Hey, here's a extra streaming. I don't know. Like, they do need to do a whole. It gets to Series S when it gets there. And if you want it day one, get it on Series X. Like, at this point, you have to.
There you go. You're going to have to cut your losses one way or another. You're not going to get out of this unscathed. Somebody is going to poke your eye out, and you got to live with that.
Yeah, you have.
And that's what it is. It's just what it is. Somebody in the Wilfrey Rosario said in the comments, in the court case, it was said that Sony has paid for games not to come out on Xbox, not exclusive, just don't release on Xbox.
That is true.
That's still exclusive.
That did come out.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But no, it's not It's not an exclusivity deal. It's a non-compete clause.
It doesn't make a difference. It's going to be like, hey, it's on PlayStation and I can't get it on Xbox. Why is that?
But now it's not because I made it exclusive. It's because you, as the developer, made it exclusive.
I thought we were done with this third-party money having crap.
But I'm playing the Legalese game because that's funny. But no, like, real talk though. They have too much money not to be out there grabbing up these third-party titles and throwing in Game Pass. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Have you noticed Game Pass is kind of slowed down?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Big time.
We're like, oh my God, this is coming to Game Pass. I can't believe I just bought this game.
Now, let's be honest. They are getting the biggest game of every year it launches in Game Pass, which is Call of Duty.
And Game Pass
and Diablo. Like, let's be real. These games are in there.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm not. I just want to make sure we don't sound like we're neglecting or missing out on the reality of things. But in terms of third party, in terms of rolling with the punches, because it just seems like they just take punches. And I'm like, dude, come out. It would have been a home run to get Warhammer in Game Pass. It'd have been a home run to get Hogwarts Legacy in Game Pass. It'd have been like, these are things you could have made happen, and it would have only made you look way better.
If I'm not mistaken, something, I can't remember who it was. It was somebody reputable, right? Because I wouldn't have remembered it. It's getting too expensive for these big titles to be in Game Pass. If Game Pass isn't growing like they wanted to, because they're not making the revenue, and if it's not growing how they would like it to, you're not going to get these big titles. But
time out.
It doesn't make financial sense.
And you know what's so backwards? When we say that, it sounds like, oh, it's dipping and it's falling apart. No, they're just not making more than what they made last year, which is billions a year. Like that's all this is. It's not a hey, the business is crumbling. No, it's we're not making more than what we made last year. I think that's something we always got to acknowledge, because if it wasn't profitable, Xbox would have died off. If there wasn't money to be made, Microsoft would have killed Xbox 100%. Without, I mean, come on. Like, they're notorious for it.
I hate the transition. I got to transition one more time so we can get this next topic, so we can get over the packs, right? And I'm about to drop a poll in the chat, right? Mm-hmm. PS5 Pro. It's not too far away, right? We're hearing rumors that it may be dropping around December, right? Around Christmas time, right? An interesting thing I want to ask, right? Right now, the PS5 just got a price increase in Japan. That price increase has not touched America, right? Even the last one didn't touch it. I think Sony, like, yeah, we're not touching the American market. They will turn on us, right? It got a price increase. The PS5 Pro is right around the corner. The PS5, the disc edition, is 500. Discless is 400, right?
450 or something like that. Yeah.
450. Correct me if I'm wrong. In my opinion, I feel like the PS5 Pro will not launch at the same. Previously, we would assume, hey, the base model PS5 Pro would get a $50 price reduction, and then the PS5 Pro, the mid-year refresh, will sock it right in. That's what happened last year, right? The PS4 Pro, now it's kind of socking in. Maybe it's a little bit more expensive, right? But we're seeing that, hey, this thing might actually be like $600, right? So I want to ask you guys really quickly before we move on to the next thing, and I asked the chat, you guys please let me know, are you willing to pay $600, not for the PS6, for the PS5 Pro? And if not, chat, how much are you willing to pay? B and Keith, I'm gonna ask you first. And chat, drop them out. I want to read them out. Keith, how much you willing to pay for the PS5 Pro, a mid-gen refresh?
Nothing.
It's not gonna be cheap.
Nothing.
Why?
Because I'm
not
getting
buying
tired. Okay. If I was to buy it, it would need to be the same price as a PlayStation 5. I wouldn't. I'm really on the fence. I'm going to buy the Pro. And here's my issue: when you guys developed this console, you said, "Hey, this is what we're going to need until the next console comes out," and all of a sudden, we need to do a refresh. So how are you going to guarantee me that this refresh is going to be worth it? From everything everybody's talking about, it's going to be the latest and greatest. Like, but dude, it's running the same damn CPU speed. It might have a better GPU, but it's running the same CPU. That's not going to help. That is a very slight upgrade. But people are like, no, it's going to be the best thing. Okay, I'm just dumb. I don't know anything about tech specs or computers or anything. So right now, I don't think I'm jumping on that. I'm good.
I'll have one if Sony decides to slide us one. I'm just saying. But B, are you what are you willing to pay? Well, first off, do you have interest in the PS5? Because I've said it on Twitter. People said it was cap. I said, hey, I'm gonna wait for the PS6, and everybody said you capping, you lying. It's the latest and greatest, most powerful console in the world. You capping, bro. I don't care for the PS5 Pro. My PS5, I feel like ain't been maxed out yet, right? B, are you willing to pay upwards of $600 for the PS5 Pro? If not, what are you willing to pay for it?
If I just had to have it, it would have to be the same price, like he said. It would have to be the same price as the PS5.
The PS5 needs a price reduction.
The scale, would shift down. It would shift down.
Exactly.
Like everything would take a drop. That's that, and I would have had to not have my PlayStation 5. Like that in my head, that would have to be or I'm gonna keep it real. If they came out with a custom like IP design, like I don't know what game it would launch with, but
would you be interested in a trade-in? Let's say GameStop gave you $250. What are they giving for PS5s now?
You said GameStop.
Well, I don't know who else is letting you trade in.
Amazon, Best Buy.
Amazon does console trade-ins?
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll buy back the tech you bought from them too. It'll message you like, "Hey, are you still using?" How much
GameStop is giving? Because I'm right now. Hold on. I'm on GameStop. All right. GameStop store credit for a regular person, and my PS5 is in perfect condition, right? For a regular person, no Pro, $350. For Pro, $385.
Oh, this bad boy about to be $600, $650.
If the PS5.
If you giving me, if GameStop, because let's be real, GameStop knows. $350. GameStop knows. I will say this: the industry overall knows that a Pro is coming, because there's been other places where I've seen it, not the Pro, but like the name, like people have I've seen it. So if they're offering $350 before it's even formally announced,
$600. I'm telling you.
Oh, $650. It's gonna be $649.99. It's gonna be $649.99 easy.
They're gonna buy your PlayStation 5. They're going to sell it at a lower price, and they're going to go, hey, if you can't buy the PlayStation 5 Pro, which might come out the same price, PlayStation 5 or 4, excuse me, or 5. What? I'm lost. They'll go, how about you buy this one instead?
Yeah.
Because if the PS5 Pro, let's say, Keith, let's say it shifts. It's the price of the PS5, right? Everything shifts. You give me $350, I mean, the price will probably get, but let's say you give me I gotta pay $150 and I'll get the Pro. Everybody and their mother
is going to do it.
The PS5 for the PS5.
Easy.
Oh yeah. That makes me think it's gonna be $600.
They did that for the 4. The 4 got a nice trade in.
Because they know they're gonna sell it. Like that.
Yeah. They're still selling.
The PS5 is gonna like I said, that's the only console that I regularly see bought whenever I walk into a store. If I'm being 100% honest, I only see the PS5 being purchased. Every time I've gone into GameStop and somebody's buying a console, it's PS5. Every time I've gone into Best Buy and seen somebody buying a console, it's PS5. That's just
a reference. They're giving $325 for the Series X.
Go ahead and get rid of your extra, bro. You ain't gonna use it.
My Series S, I'm thinking about it. The Series S, I ain't gonna lie. It's not even plugged in. I unplugged it the other day because it's not.
You might as well.
Yeah, you might as well go get that bread, man. Put it towards your PS5 Pro.
Let's see how much the Series S is. Let's just see. I bet it's like 100. $225. West Store credit.
$247.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
If you're a GameStop Pro member, you get up to $247. If you're just a regular Joe, it's $225.
That's not bad. Why are we sitting here debating on trade? I'm not trading in consoles no more.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
I might though.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
The only reason I keep the S is if Microsoft comes out and says that hey, we're gonna keep supporting it, and I get the screen thing to make it portable. But listen, we're running low on time and we haven't got the PAX West yet. So as someone who wasn't there, I'm going to swing the floor over to you guys. Please hit the like button, you guys. I'm gonna swing the floor over to be PAX West. There's a lot. Phil Spencer.
Yeah, Phil Spencer
was at PAX West, right?
He
talked about how he made some of the biggest mistakes. He not the best judge in games. How he had an opportunity to get
Guitar Hero. It's so many. It's insane how many major games. But then that first. Just look at what's been happening. So clearly these decisions are still being made. But I didn't go watch Phil Spencer because I was trying my best to get so many interviews, and that was Friday, my busy day. But I had an amazing time at PAX. PAX for me has become like the ultimate networking experience. And all the games and stuff we get to play is the icing on top. I really hope that they implement some form of like media lines. Okay, fine. Like they really need to. I get it that it's supposed to be for everybody. I completely understand. But 1 hour of media time is not enough.
Nope.
Not for a conference that big. Like it's and then that's my only gripe. And then much love to my PR people, but there was a couple of big hiccups that a lot of people weren't too happy about. A lot of canceled. There was a few canceled interviews that were scheduled and then canceled on the back end. It's some stuff that it's a numbers game. Because if we had 10 million subscribers, I wouldn't have any of the issues that I'm talking about, if I'm being 100% honest. But yeah, all in all, though, I had an amazing time. I got to see some great people. Got to go to some great events. The What's Good Games party. We had a lot of fun. And I look forward to going to PAX East. But Keith, go ahead.
I agree with you 100%. Just 1 hour on the first day is not enough time.
At all.
I really like PAX because it is, like you said, networking. I got access to so many different things. Nintendo, Square Enix, Bandai. I chopped it up with the guys at Bandai Namco for half an hour talking about Gundam.
Yeah.
Literally talking about Gundams, and then they're like, hey, I know you from somewhere. And when somebody says, hey, I know you, that is like the biggest compliment. Like, holy crap,
Right?
you know who I am. Fantastic.
Bro, folks, you got to understand, in this space, as big as it is, when a PR person says they recognize you and they've never seen your face, that's huge. They're like, oh, what's your name? Oh, I know Level 1. And I'm like, are you just saying that to make me feel better? And they're like, no. Like, I say that. I call them out. I'm like, look, man, you ain't got to make me feel good. We can become friends right now. Like, but no, it means something. It really does.
That's really cool. I got to speak with the developers of Path of Exile 2. I got to meet some people I haven't seen in a while. Got to meet up with Des again. A lot of stuff that was there. I saw some games I didn't even know were in existence. But really pissed me off, though, is trying to fight these lines. Like, we first got in, and I said this to you. I was like, we're in line waiting for Monster Hunter Wilds, and we get up there like, how is there 30 people in front of us already?
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen? Where these people come from?
We literally ran in the building. It
needs to either have, like, the first couple days, an hour to 2 hours for media.
Yeah.
Or there needs to be a media line. Or not to be that guy, hey, I have a media badge, I need to be up there.
Yeah.
Because the thing is this, it's not about self-gratification or trying to be that guy or whatnot.
We're there for
you
work.
Invited me to cover this event.
Yeah.
But by you not letting me cover the event, what happens when I apply for PAX West or PAX East next time and you go, well, you really didn't cover PAX East or West as much as you wanted to. Well, I couldn't. Because I couldn't get to the stuff. Like, literally getting inside Capcom's booth was not possible. Unless you had somebody let you in or somebody held your place in line. It wasn't happening. Trying to get inside Nintendo's booth was not happening unless you stayed there the entire event.
It wasn't
happening.
I had to abandon. Much love to Indie.io. Much love to Dez and her crew, because they helped me out in terms of Capcom just to get my pin. I didn't even get to play because the line would have took up all my time. I would have missed my whole media hour. In the time that I would have waited to almost play Monster Hunter Wilds, I would have missed 3 interviews. Like that, and that's the thing. That's the thing. And shout out to Play On, shout out to Warhorse Studios. They're showing me so much love behind the Kingdom Come Deliverance too. Oh man, and then Undisputed getting to play the boxing. Boxing is back. Like,
I'm surprised that those lines weren't very long.
And then Stalker 2 was there, and they didn't let nobody know until it was there. Like, Stalker 2 was there. The only reason I didn't wait to play is because I got to play it at Summer Games Fest. But Stalker 2 was there. A lot of people got to play it. But yeah, the lines weren't that big, man. And Larian, year in after launch, is crushing it still. That line was wrapped all the way around. I still, to this day, don't know what Larian is selling at their booth, because I've never been able to get in to buy anything.
Board game. It was a board game.
Oh, see? No idea.
Yeah. The only reason I saw it is because it got the line got a little slower, and I was like, oh, it's a board game. Huh. Okay. but
yeah, we need a
it
media hour once a day. They need at least, if you gave me a media hour once a day, I would be able to get so much more done.
And don't make me get into the general line after the media hour is done.
Yeah.
I almost got into it. One of the enforcers, they're like, no, you got to get into the line. It's like, so you got me coming in through a shortcut to go around to tell me now I got to get into the general line.
Yeah.
So what was the point of letting me get in here and then tell me go all the way around there?
Yeah. And it's funny because this is definitely one of those like first world problem complaints. But the problem is, where there would have not just to, it's a job. This is work. Like and then literally I've gotten emails from PR people, hey, when can we expect this content to go up? Like this is work. And yet it seems like everybody's treating it as work but the venue.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird.
It's frustrating, is what it is.
Yeah. It's
there was an email that went out. There was a survey. Check your email.
I gotta go fill that out. Yeah.
And I was like, your press access, media access needs to be better.
Yeah.
This is not working. Literally not working. And again, it's not complaining, but just like Baron said, this is work. We're going there to work. when my daughter hit me up, I was like, "Are you having fun?" I was like, "No, I'm working."
I'm working.
working.
Shout out to Johnny, man, because he got to experience it. I feel so bad. I was running Johnny crazy. We were up from, he'll tell you, we were up from like 6 in the morning till whenever we decide to call it a night. Every day we were there. And he was like, this is crazy. He was like, I slept for like days. Like, he just been asleep since we've been back. And I was like, bro, this is like, if you guys know me, I get into a weird space after conferences because it's just so much work. Like, it's a lot. And then you got people waiting for their content. You got, then the world keeps spinning. Like, news didn't stop. News actually sped up once we got back.
Yeah. News kicked off the day of. And I'm like,
I was like,
what
is happening? So my point is, it would be nice if the venue, because everybody else understands, but the venue.
I also am going to say 2 other things. I really wish that more people that attended the event work with other people. I'll leave that as it is. Mm-hmm. And that Tekken Almost Pro event was off the hook. Holy crap. I've never been to a fighting game event where I'm actually there.
Was it at PAX Rising?
It was in PAX Arena.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Arena. Yeah.
I sat down there on Saturday just to rest my feet. And then before I knew it, I was like, wow, I need to get up and go to my next appointment. And then I came back again on Sunday and did the same thing. And then I came back on Monday because we couldn't catch a flight until like 11.
Yeah.
So I sat there for 3 hours watching it. And there was some really nice sets. Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
My man got knocked into the loser bracket, came back, won it all.
Are you jealous?
Like,
you jealous, Fame?
I thought he said that was some really nice sex.
Oh, sets. He said sets.
Yeah, you see how my whole display.
Yeah, I was like
right now.
I was like, hey man, hey.
Listen,
don't yell at me.
Listen, I'm super jealous that you guys are at PAX West and I wasn't. I will be at PAX East. I've already begun things to make sure everything's in order for me to be at PAX East because it has to happen. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who came throughout the chat today and rocked out with us, man. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I've been writing so much stuff at LV1gaming.com. Please make sure you guys go over there and check it out. We do have an awesome review of 2K25 that's getting ready to drop here pretty soon. Star Wars Outlaws, all type of stuff that's coming to level1gaming.com. Make sure you guys check out outerhaven.net. That's where my homie Keith is and all his people doing amazing things. Listen, I consider them our sister station at the Outer Haven. We look out for them and look out for us, man. Such great people over there, man. So make sure you guys give my boy Keith a follow. Make sure you go put the outerhaven.net in your browser and bookmark it alongside LV1gaming.com. That's how you show love. Remember, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Consider becoming a channel member as it helps support the brand. We have 2 different tiers. Choose which one works for you. With all that said, congratulations. You guys leveled up. This is the Level 1 Gaming Podcast. If you want a great, affordable headset, check out the Aviga. $60, 10% off, free shipping. Use the promo code LV1 Gaming. Make sure you guys check out Dames for Games for all the amazing things that they are doing. You guys have a great one. And Baron's running the show. And
so I gotta hit the. So are we gotta end it?
You gotta say Sananye, whatever Hugger be saying.
Something. And then, but I haven't ended the stream yet, so I gotta end it, right? So I gotta press the end button. Is that what we gotta do?
Yeah.
So if I hit if I hit this button, that'll stop what we're doing.
He already stopped it. There's
no. I didn't. We're still live.
So blow up the world. Take your pick.
Okay. Well, I'm pressing the red button and